Hi guys, welcome to new video. So today we'll take a look at another replay against Prawsha, which will be the third game against him. Of course, it's 1v1 on Dark Side Forest and 75 game speed. Let's take a look on what races we are going to play. Seems like I will be playing as Beast and Prawsha will be playing as Fallen. So this will be also interesting. We didn't see this matchup for a while, I think. We had some Empire and Beast games. The last replay was Fallen Mirror, but this will be a Beast against Fallen, which is always interesting. Beast has a really strong mid game and also early game with Goblin Raiders and Trolls, but you have to keep in mind that Fallen has spike damage on Hive Stingers, so you can really easily kill Goblin Raiders and Trolls and all of these big units. Yeah, also maybe Ogres. So this will be definitely difficult for both of us. We spawned once again on this position. This is like 4th game in a row where we spawned on these positions. Yeah, against Prawsha and maybe next time before. So this is interesting. But you can see I polished my strategy a little bit in comparison to some of the earlier games. Yeah, the first against Prawsha where I was doing some mistakes with my minions. Now I'm building this basically perfectly. If I make Boron immediately, which I did, he should be ready immediately with this arena and we should be able to produce first warrior. While I of course am making sure that I'm producing minions all the time with no gaps, trying to get 10 on gold, then we can just start getting some gems and wood as well. He's just going for a standard opener with 2 hives. We will see what will be the strategy he chooses. I'm not sure, of course I don't remember. But I think he will just go for Hive Spitters, but maybe he will actually go for Nightmares, but yeah, it seems like he's going for Incubator, so probably Hive Spitters, maybe some flying units later, if he decides to go for Wild Cocoon. But you can see I already have first Boron, I'm making another one, first Warrior is being produced, and still maintaining the minion production. Already have 1 on gems and 1 on wood, while we have of course 10 on gold. I decided to scout with my warrior, not with minion. Now this is a small problem, because Hive Stinger can actually kill a Boron, even though Boron has 3 times more HP. You just have more damage with Hive Stinger and you have the bonus of pike damage, so you can actually kill a Boron, and even against 2 Borons you can just damage one by a lot, which is then really bad if you want to use the Borons in fight, either for healing or as Goblin Riders. But fortunately I was able to make 1 warrior here, so hopefully I will just chase down this Hive Stinger and kill him before he can do any harm. During that time just scouting around the map. Yeah, he actually gave up on kiting me. He knows where I am. Now he's going to check the expansion as well. Of course, I mean, economy strategy of instant expansion with Beast is bad, but you never know, so he just checked that. I'm also checking the expansions now. Actually, I waited here for a while, but I'm going somewhere now. I don't know about his spawn position yet, but now he has basically no chance of pushing this, let's say. I'm going for Goblin Hunt just to make some Goblin Riders really quickly, but Warriors will just deal with these Stingers really easily. He's doing the best thing he can do, which is damaging my stable instead of fighting with these Warriors, which he will probably actually, he will not destroy it, but he dealt definitely some decent damage to it. But since I had a minion right next to it building the Goblin Hut, I just decided to repair it immediately. Repair is for free for Beast and it's actually pretty quick. The only disadvantage is that you are losing maximum HP. But as you can see, already has a Hive Spitter, which is a big problem because I don't have any ranged units and he has already 2 Hive Spitters, so this will be really hard. I just need to fight my way through these Hive Stingers immediately just to attack on the Hive Spitters and force them back. Plus I don't have any witches to sacrifice my Borons or anything to heal myself, so this is the only thing I can do. Yeah, so I somehow managed to kill 1 Hive Spitter. Now I'm, with my help of my Borons, I'm killing the Hive Stingers immediately, so I'm not taking any more pike damage. Fortunately I have another warrior, so I can start attacking these Hive Spitters a little bit more effectively. He was making Hive Spitters again, so that takes some time, so he was not getting extra units. Actually, if he made some Hive Stingers after these Hive Spitters, he would maybe be able to push me actually, because he would kill all of these Borons. But now I was able to push him back. This was huge pressure. I need to retreat here definitely, but maybe I will just keep pushing, we'll see. Maybe I can kill 1 Hive Spitter, but this is definitely not good. Yeah, I'm just losing HP for no reason. He's doing a really good job with micromanagement. He will kill this warrior probably. or just shoot the other one. Yeah, he actually killed that. But now I bought myself some time to create some Goblin Riders, and now I can definitely just start pushing him back. Unfortunately, I mounted this injured Boron, so that was definitely not too smart. I just wasted my mana and sacrificed one Boron, but with Goblin Riders you can easily push Hive Spitters back, so this is no problem for me. And now I finally have a decent army to fight him back, and I'm also going for Dark Archer immediately, because I know that if he spends too many of them, I will have some problems. Also, he might go for Avengers, which he is probably going for. So I decided to go for Trolls really quickly, also making a second arena just to produce a little bit more quicker. Maybe also make some witches. But right now I just need to make the bestiary as soon as possible, and also probably queue up some witches. Also I'm going for the superior boomerang upgrade. Actually I have one Boron here, so I'm also making one Goblin Hunter before I started making witches. And now I'm going for the bestiary. So we have basically everything we might need. I have quite lots of population, and since I'm not sacrificing the Borons, I probably just considered this enough to have only one stable. I sacrificed one warrior here, but seems like he wants to still fight my Goblin Riders, which is definitely not smart from him. As you can see, if I have only Goblin Hunters and not Riders, he can just one-shot them with so many Hive Spitters. But the Goblin Rider has 300 HP, which is even more than Hive Spitter, which is pretty tanky unit if you don't have pike damage. And even though I have really small damage, I have Splash, so I can really easily fight against him. Also, I think I have much faster attack speed. Now I will have even more damage with the Witch, or I can just sacrifice Boron to heal myself. Yeah, so this is definitely good, and I already have Bestiary basically in like 2 seconds, so I will be able to start producing some trolls. And as you can see, he didn't transfer to anything. This is probably his biggest mistake. He just made Soul Scrap and Incubator, maybe some upgrades here. We can see 1 damage and 1 armor upgrade, but outside of that he's just spamming Hive Spitters. Maybe he's going for some Hive Stingers now. Now he even doesn't have population. Yeah, no expansion or anything, just spamming Hive Spitters. And of course he can't compete with me if I just transfer to Trolls, because he won't have an answer for that. So he either needed to go for some advanced units as well early on, maybe some Avengers or something, which are of course the biggest counter to Beast, or he should have went for flying units with Valkycoon. If he had flying Hive Stingers together with his Hive Spitter army, he could have just dropped on my Troll or even the Goblin Riders and maybe do something with that. But like this, he has no chance. Now he damaged my Witch a little bit, but doesn't really matter. He can run around on this map. It's actually pretty easy to run into the back of your enemy with Hive Stingers, but he has only 3 here, so that's definitely not gonna do the job. I was still not sure if he does or doesn't have expansion, so I'm checking this area. But as you can see, he just doesn't have any units. He actually even split his army, which is not the worst idea, because of course I have splash damage, so if he's on 2 sides of my army, I can't really splash all of them at once. Also my Troll is usually in the back with Witches, so now I need to actually like bring half of my army in. So he really well like closed me from 2 sides here, but my army is just so much stronger, and even though he was able to one-shot the Troll, he just has nothing to actually kill my Goblin Riders. Now I have another Troll coming from here with Witch as well. So these Spitters will just die. This was not even here now. It's not even strong enough to actually kill me. And yeah, he just lost too many units and mainly too many HP. And now I can just keep pushing and of course outpush him, because I have stronger army. Yeah, so we have only 10% of the game left. I will probably just... There will be last one fight where I will kill all of this, and then it will be GG. He actually went for aerial. I don't know if he wants to go for expansion, or if he wanted to put some... Or maybe just scouting, or if he wanted to put some Hive Stingers in there instead of Metamorphosis. He could have just brought them into the aerial, which is actually pretty smart, because if you have flying Hive Stingers, I can just splash them with Goblin Riders. But if you bring them in an aerial, I will be just damaging that 1 unit, and then they will drop full HP there. So that's actually pretty smart. Yeah, it's a little bit similar to bringing Pikemen with no arc as Empire. Yeah, so that's also another option. But usually you don't want to go for aerial, because it's just not worth it. Maybe on some other map where you can also utilize it for extra expansion, but definitely not needed here. And he calls it GG. So yeah, really nice game. We can take a look at the results. Same produced units, of course. I have a better kill ratio. Same constructed buildings. He had more researches. Prawsha actually is doing a really good job in all of his games, making enough researches, but then he makes some small mistakes usually, which cost him the game sometime. And here we can see pretty balanced resources. He had a little bit more, but nothing too serious. He was not spending his gems too much. Once again, overgathered his wood a little bit. Yeah, even though it's not much more than what I gathered, you can see that I spent a ton of wood, especially on borons and all of these things. He just didn't need so much. So maybe one harvester there would be just enough. He would have probably half of this, so 900, and that should be enough for his wood spend. But yeah, really nice game. Once again, I hope you learned something from that. Definitely in this game it was important. Yeah, we saw a really interesting actually micromanagement from Prawsha, trying to rush me from two sides, but his army composition was just not the best. He needed more high stingers probably, as I said, maybe metamorphosis or just going for Avengers really quickly. But if he lets me go for trolls and ton of goblin riders without also making some advanced units, it's probably not gonna work. Also maybe if he made Voidwalkers with freeze it would do something, but he didn't do anything like that, so then it was pretty much GG. But he had definitely some really good pressure in the early game, where I barely managed to somehow defend it with my Borons. If he made 2 more Hive Stingers instead of Hive Spitters after his first Hive Spitters, he would maybe push me there, but we can only think about it. Of course, we can't be sure if it would change the outcome, but it would definitely give him more chance. But yeah, really nice game. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care, guys.